Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that has been a constant theme throughout my life. Career shifts and adaptability. If someone had asked me at the age of 16 what my career would look like, I probably wouldn't have guessed correctly. In fact, if I look back, my life has been a series of shifts, turns and unexpected chapters. And honestly, I'm grateful for every single one of them. And what I learned is the adaptability from my early age. My journey of adaptation started much earlier than my professional career. When I was in school, I chose Hindi over Sanskrit based on merit. Later, I chose commerce with mathematics. It was a completely new stream for me. At that stage, I wasn't thinking about careers. I was simply learning how to adjust, learn, and grow. After class 12th, I entered history honors. Again, another shift. Another new environment from commerce with maths to completely a new art side. Another new way of thinking. Then I qualified for professional training and continued my academic journey as a mass communicator. Based on my graduation marks, I was selected for a master's program in peace and studies, Mahatma Gandhi and peace studies. And so now looking back, I see that I was very flexible in my choices. And you know why? Because the career I thought I would have was never my vision. It was a different vision for my future. I was fascinated by history, heritage, culture, and preservation. I imagined myself working in archaeology, museology, art, and architecture. Those fields genuinely interested me, believe me. I used to wake up at 4 and used to attend classes from 4 just to build a career around it. But life had another plan. Sometimes we prepare for one destination and arrive somewhere completely different. So after that, I entered mass communication. When certain opportunities didn't work out, I moved toward mass communication. At the time, I didn't fully realize how important that decision would become. Mass communication opened new doors. It introduced me to media, journalism, storytelling, content creation, communication, voiceovers, which is a part of communication. A completely different world. It was a world I had never planned to enter, yet it became one of the most important chapters of my life. And I became a news writer. So after studying mass communication, I moved into news writing, and this was another unexpected shift completely. I learned how information is created, how stories are structured, how facts are verified, how deadlines work, how communication shapes public understanding, how celebrities need media and communicator. For several years, journalism became an important part of my identity, and every day brought a new learning experience. Then there was another shift that happened, and it was related to independent content creation. I started exploring independent content creation like blogging, YouTube, podcasts, personal writing, creative projects. What fascinated me was that I could create content in my own voice. I wasn't only reporting stories anymore. I was also telling stories, reflecting on life, sharing lessons, exploring ideas. That freedom became incredibly meaningful. Writing eventually led me toward authoring. This chapter felt very natural. I've always enjoyed storytelling and reflection. Books gave me a platform to express ideas more deeply. As an author, I discovered that writing is not just about words. It's about understanding people, understanding emotions, understanding experiences. and translating them into stories that others can connect with. And then I explored creativity beyond writing. Because life didn't stop there. I started exploring painting also, and photography, creative design, visual storytelling. I learned photography using DSLR cameras. Then I explored aesthetics and composition. I became curious about how visual art tells stories differently from written words. One medium wasn't replacing another. Each medium was teaching me something new. And that was more than one identity. One lesson I have learned is that human beings are not limited to one identity. You can be a writer, you can be a photographer, you can be a creator, a learner, a professional, an artist, a mentor, a student, all at the same time. In fact, I also won 2 awards in Global Independent Film Festival and International Star Film Festival of India as a Best Actress. So you know what, life has always taught me otherwise. And there was a joy of exploration. I genuinely enjoy exploring different interests. Besides writing, I enjoy reading, cooking, travel, wellness, creative projects, learning new skills. And honestly, I don't know what the future will bring. Maybe another career shift, maybe another unexpected opportunity, maybe a role I haven't even imagined yet. Perhaps one day I will focus on something entirely different. And you know what? That's the beauty of life. You don't have to know every chapter before it arrives. And there's one quote I've always found meaningful is that God's plan is often better than our plan. How many times have you worried about something not working out, only to discover later that something better was waiting? I always wanted certain opportunities, and some happened, some didn't. But when I look back, I can see how each experience prepared me for the next. The path of life wasn't straight, but it was meaningful. Why I don't consider career shifts as failures is the reason that it was a fear of changing direction. They think changing careers means failure. I disagree. Completely disagree. Because career shifts often mean growth. They mean curiosity. They mean courage. They mean you are willing to learn something new. Because every shift teaches new skills, new perspectives, new relationships, new possibilities, and most importantly, new versions of yourself. If I talk about my current chapter, well, I would like to say that at this moment of life, I'm focusing on wellness and balance, like yoga, mindfulness, personal growth, health. Learning how to take care of both the mind and body. Because you know what, success means very little if we don't have peace. And growth means very little if we don't have balance. So if I want to give final thoughts, and I would like to say that there is one message I want to leave you with today, it is this. You don't have to have your entire life figured out. You don't need a perfect roadmap. You don't need to know every chapter in advance. Allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to change. Allow yourself to evolve. Life is not a straight line. It is a collection of chapters. Some planned, some unexpected, some challenging, some beautiful. And every chapter teaches something valuable. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of Chapters I Never Planned to Write, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and stay open to the chapters life has yet to reveal. Bye, everyone.